Hello friends, welcome to the Cold War Preppers Weekly Prepper Pantry Haul, and my name is Lee. I am the Cold War Prepper, and this is the week ending Saturday, the 25th of September, 2025. These are the things that I picked up in preparation for SHTF, and I'm sorry, I've been down with some sort of a viral infection, temperature of 102 for the last 3 days, and just have been really down, haven't gotten as much done as I wanted to. Now, after our breakfast Tuesday morning, I decided to do a little bit of shopping, so I went over to Sam's, and it's just right around the corner from where we have our breakfast, and picked up some more dude wipes and also picked up some freeze-dried coffee. Just want to make sure I have plenty of coffee. I also want to get a whole bunch more beans. Now, when I get the beans, I typically have a preference towards Sam's has some good beans, whole beans. Costco has some good whole beans. Black Rifle has some good whole beans, and so does Seattle's Best. I did find one, I think I got that at the PX at Fort Hood, either the PX or the commissary. I did find some Jacobs in whole beans. I've got one bag of Jacobs whole beans. That's a German coffee that when I see them as far as freeze-dried, I'll get that freeze-dried as well. But that's kind of my favorite. Okay, so other than that, the other thing I got at Sam's was the Skittles. So we got Skittles, Dude Wipes, and Taster's Choice at Sam's. Then I went over to Half Price Books and got, they had an English, Latin, English dictionary, and they had 501 Latin verbs. Some of these conjugations get really hairy, so just that, have a nice book for that. At our recreation center, they have a book exchange, and saw this one and picked it up, and this has left a bang. I was just talking with somebody on one of the Facebook channels and describing what the book, I described as boom, left a boom, boom, and right a boom. But if you look at a timeline, anything you do in preparation for the boom is left a boom, and anything that you do in response after the boom is right a boom. So this is kind of the same theory, I am assuming. It's just left a bang. So I am assuming it's basically the same philosophy, and so I want to see what they say about how overall this Marine Corps training in preparation for bang or boom is going to be beneficial to surviving. So how is that going to help us deal with all the severity of the boom or the bang or whatever? I kind of go in cycles. I like to buy food preps based upon recipes, and I don't buy a whole bunch of case lots. I think I bought 2 case lots in my life. One was a case of Wolf brand chili maybe 3 or 4 years ago at Sam's. It was on sale. And I think I bought 1 case of pinto beans that was on sale. But those are probably the only 2 case lots I bought. Because what I do is when I buy things individually, that means that those have different expiration dates, and so I don't have to worry about buying everything and using it up all at the same time. I just like having various expiration dates on them. And believe you me, I don't go by expiration dates. We were looking for some chicken noodle soup in the pantry. Because we didn't have any in the short term or the intermediate term. We found 1 can in the long term, and believe it or not, it was dated 2019. So I ate a 6-year-old can of chicken noodle soup while I was ill, or more ill than I am now. So I went through some of our stash of Maruchan, so we had to get that replaced. But this is really great. Now, whether you get ramen or whether you get Maruchan instant lunch, both of them are fantastic products for a post-apocalyptic environment. One of the things I recommend, and go back in one of my previous, several of my previous hauls, I have gotten either canned shrimp you can get at box stores like HEB, our grocery store. You can also get them at Walmart. But they have the little cans of shrimp that are about a little bit smaller than this, but about that size. You can add that shrimp to these. Then they've also got freeze-dried vegetables you can add to it. They've got freeze-dried tofu. Oh, they've got all kinds of great products that you can just sprinkle on top of this and really turn it into a full meal. And it's not going to be a very expensive meal, and they last a long time. I will vacuum seal these, and they'll last us quite a while. So I kind of focused on that. But this week, I'm focusing on two things. I'm focusing on Chili Verde, pork Chili Verde. So that means I need more pork. My subscribe and save this month is going to be pork chops, and then I'm looking for some cubed pork, but I can't find any. All I can find is shredded pork or pulled pork. And I have plenty of that from Thrive Life and also from Algerson Farms. But I guess we'll just have to go with pulled pork when we do our pork chili verde. So you make pork chili verde with tomatillos and chilies. This is tomatillos, and then we got some green chilies. This is Hatch green chilies, the 505. And so Hatch, New Mexico is just up the road from La Mesilla. And La Mesilla is directly north. We used to go up there at least once a month, because it was a half-hour drive from El Paso. And so this is kind of the chili that I grew up with, Hatch green chilies and La Mesilla, or Mesilla Valley chilies. But really love those. Now, you can make a chili verde sauce with green chili enchilada, 2 cans of these, and 1 can of salsa verde. So if you get those and put those together and then do your pork in that's another way you can do salsa verde. But I'm not sure which company it is. It might be Goya, I don't know. It might be El Mexicano, but there is a company that does a pork chili verde. I've got several cans of it in storage. It is a decent product. I can recommend it. We picked up some Old South asparagus, pickled asparagus. We go through a jar of pickled asparagus every week. I have a tendency to prefer the pencil, which we get at HEB. Helen prefers the Old South that we get at Walmart. So I get, it's not that much of a difference between the two. So I'm more than happy to eat the bigger ones from the Old South from Walmart. We were at HEB, and we cannot find boxes of Hamburger Helper Chili Mac anywhere. And we saw these on the shelf, so we decided to pick up 4 of them. I think we've gone through everything we had in our store. So we will vacuum seal these, and they'll go into long-term storage. We also found out that we've been pulling from our long-term storage and didn't have any grape jam, and so we got 3 jars of that, 1 that we put into our intermediate term pantry, and then these 2 are going to go into long-term pantry. I think I told you about the Taster's Choice. I got that at Sam with the other stuff. Yeah, I did. We had an order from Amazon. We ordered something. I forget what it was. But we got expedited shipping if we ordered $6 more in coverable charges or coverable products or whatever. I no longer have this on my subscribe and save. I've probably got 10 packages of them right now, but this is 30 candle wicks. So you got 10 that are just a little bit longer than the length of this box. They actually go across at an angle. 10 that are medium length and 10 that are short length. Then you have 2 tools in here for them as well, plus all the stickers for the bottom of the jar. So what we do is, and I can give you an example here because this one's going to go into the freezer soon. When you have a candle and it gets down to its dregs, down to the very bottom, and it's no longer going to have that much of a wick or anything else, what I do is I will freeze this. I know a lot of people try to melt the wax out, but I freeze it, and then you can chip it with a knife or whatever, cut it up into small pieces. It will come right out, and you'll get 99% of that wax out of there if you freeze it instead of trying to melt it out. But that then gets put into another container where I'm storing all of my collected wax, and then I will have this jar saved. So now I know, and I'll put a note on here with my magic marker or with my, that this is a 2-wick candle, and then when it comes time to refill it, I'll take 2 wicks out of here, put them in here, refill it with the all the wax that I've saved from all the different candles that we've had the remnants of, and then we can redo those. Same thing. All my neighbors who want candles can bring me their old candles, and then I'll be able to turn those into new candles for them. So that's going to kind of be my occupation in a post-apocalyptic world. Then we also got, and this was after my Tuesday morning breakfast. Academy is just right down the road. Well, actually, Academy's right around the corner from Sam's. So, I went to Sam's, got these 3 items, and then right down, just right around the corner, and we went to Academy, got some number 3 buckshot for the 20 gauge, and some 50 rounds of 9mm NATO. So 9mm NATO, 50 rounds, it can be either used in the pistol or in the pistol caliber carbine. So that's what we've done for the week. One of the other things that's not on here, I've got to get more of with this, whatever it is that I've had. I know that I have gone through an awful lot of Tylenol. We've got to replace that. I bought a box of Band-Aids, and Helen asked for one, and I can't find them. I have no idea what I did with them. So we got to get more Tylenol. We got to get more Band-Aids. And then the other thing is we need more electrolyte mixes for water because I chugged through that while I was ill as well. So that's where we are. Let me know what you're doing or what you're planning on doing. Are current events causing you to prep even more than normal, or does it not concern you? Where are you on all that? Just let me know down below in the comments. If you're new, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and let us know you're new. Let us know down in the comments. We have a book club on Monday evenings where we're talking about nonfiction books. Right now, we are doing an outstanding book by James Jones, and he's got several books that are he's got like 6 or 7 books, but we're doing this one right now, Surviving the Coming War. So every Monday night we're talking about that. We've got another chapter coming up, and this is one of my favorite chapters, one of the most neglected in preparedness, and that's what do you do with sewage. So we'll be talking about that. Not this coming Monday. As a matter of fact, the day after tomorrow, we'll actually have the CEO of Aqua Blue, and it's a water purification company. Oh, and we're going to have Mr. Jones on, the author of that book. We're going to interview him 2 weeks from this Monday. So that will be the second Monday in October. We'll have Mr. Jones, the author of the book. So, join us for that. Typically, the last Thursday of the month, we do a fiction book club. We were going to do The Attack by Kurt Schlichter, but I was ill and didn't do that. So I'm going to reschedule that maybe for the second week, and we'll have that second Thursday of the month. And then we will have I'll announce Monday night what our fiction book is going to be for the month of October. Okay, that's where we are. Please remember, we're all in this together, so we can come out the other side together. Please be kind, polite, and respectful to each other, because togetherness is the key. Bye-bye.